I haven't seen a soul or dated a soul in over 3 years. And I really just thought it was done for me.
Well, like I said, Dorinda, it is always an absolute pleasure to speak with you. One of my favorites all the time. And I have to say, you look better than ever. And I know that you do.
I was just
really
saying to Christine, I feel like we're dating. She's been in the pre-pause, the pause, the book, the Nutrisystem, here we are still with Nutrisystem still. I'm still an ambassador 2 years on. Now we're going to talk with radio show. I mean, we're dating, I think.
We are
you
dating.
know more about me than probably my ex-husbands, my late husband.
We know it all. We know it all. I love it. I love it. I love it. And every single time it just gets better and better. I love speaking with you. And like I said, better than ever. 2 years on with Nutrisystem. And you actually said you just lost a few more pounds too.
I did. It's so, because the Nutrisystem now is just such a big part of my life. And, people say to me all the time, how do you stay on it? Don't you get bored with it? You don't get bored because you have so much variety and you tailor it for yourself. So, I don't know if you've ever been on the website, but it takes you a minute to figure out what you like, what you don't like, and what your meal plan looks like. But then if you get bored, you just change it up. I'm pretty consistent with mine now. And it's even especially good because now they have all these premier meals that are like you make on the stove top. So you really can you feel like it's almost homemade, you don't lack flavor. Again, it gets delivered right to your door. And it's interesting. I hadn't been back in New York City with the Nutrisystem because I was doing it up in the Berkshires. And I have to say, it's really nice in the city because I don't have to order seamless or anything. Mm-hmm. It saves so much money. I have all kinds of variety, everything I want. And it's just so convenient and nutritional and keeps me on course. But what I like too is last night I went to dinner, so I did Nutrisystem for breakfast. I had I have this every morning, turkey sausage sandwich. This is what I have every single day. And then I had a wrap for lunch, a broccoli cheese wrap, and then a snack. But then I had to go out to dinner. And because now I'm really good about the portion control, because it really does teach you that. Mm-hmm. I can even one it out. So let's say a night you can't do the Nutrisystem. It's okay because you're kind of I get it now. I get the formula. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Piece of protein, a little bit of grains, and you know when to stop. And then, of course, I was just saying before the Hollywood life, every night I come home and have an ice cream, a Nutrisystem ice cream, which is great because you feel rewarded. Yeah, I love it. It really works for me. It's not, people are it really is a lifestyle for me. And I just think, I think anytime when you start something new, health, exercise, any meditation, you don't know how to jump in. Isn't the beginning always the hardest? Mm-hmm. And what's great for people that are skeptical about how they do it, it's like graminols. It's very simple. Yellow for breakfast, blue for lunch, red for dinner, snacks are purple. So it's fun. And you don't have to think about it. You just have to have it get delivered to your door, put it in your freezer, get your snacks in your snack drawer, get your protein shake, and off to the races you go. And I think that's great, especially in New York City. Now that we're back, that seamless thing, that trying to shop in New York. Who wants to cook in New York? Yeah. Last night, I literally I took out what I had last night because this is what you need. It's a lemon chips and paper and noodle. I put this in. This one you make on the stove top. It's my favorite. Lemon paper chicken with a little ingredient. It's such easy cleanup.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean up anymore in New York.
I don't either. I know that you said 2022 is all about change. What would you say has been the biggest change for you in the past, 3+ months?
You ready for it?
Yes.
I think I want to get married again.
Really? Oh my God, I love that. I love that.
I thought I was out of the game, but something awakened in me 2022. I decided I want to move from this apartment. Mm-hmm. I've already been looking at another place. I want to get a new place in a new area, and I want to open myself up to love again, which I swear to God, I haven't seen a soul or dated a soul in over 3 years. And I really just thought it was done for me. I'm I've had the 2 husbands, I've married, I've buried, I've raised a daughter, you're done now. But I don't think, Christina, I'm done. I think I got one more in me.
Good for you. I love that. I know you said you haven't been dating anybody, but have you been talking to anybody? Yeah,
I've gone on a couple dates in the last couple months. I'm on this app called The League.
Okay.
which I'm very open to. And, I've kind of put it's amazing. It's all about, for people, it's all about putting intentions out there. If it's your weight, if it's your exercise, if it's the people you surround yourself with, or if it's love. If people don't hear you and you don't put it out there, no one knows. Because I'm thinking, how's it going to happen? And it's very strange. I think when you put stuff out there, things start to come to you. Mm-hmm. Like I went on a date a couple of weeks ago, and it was a really good date. Don't know if it's the one, but it was just fun to get dressed up and go out and, have a new voice in front of you and learn about a new person. And it really, the next morning, kind of brought a spring to my step. And I think people notice it.
Yeah,
definitely. Right? It builds 100%. Confidence.
Yeah, it changes. I mean, love and
so if not marriage, maybe a great companion. Like I just feel like I got one more in me. You got anybody you know?
I could think about it, but you need somebody very, very special.
Aw.
You do. I mean,
I need someone very, very kind. I want someone very kind and funny because I'm a big laugher. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to enjoy life and roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I said to my mother the other day, I've had the investment banker as a husband, had the politician, now what's the third one going to look like?
Yeah, I cannot wait to find out. I really can't. I think that's so great. You have so many exciting things coming up, especially we have Ultimate Girls Trip coming up, which I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I know you can't tell me everything about it, but what can you tease about it?
Well, I think that it's what's really, first of all, one thing that I'm super excited about for the audience is that, when we filmed up there with Bravo, it was usually in the winter, and it's sort of more of a micro filming in rooms and just like you get the fish room. So everyone thinks that's all I have in the house is the fish room or just the living room or just that. You're going to get a big, expansive view. Even Andy said when he watched some of the footage, she's like, I had no idea because you haven't been able to see the grounds. And it's on 18 acres and it's got a big long driveway. And it's just, I'm really excited because they had drones for the audience to see a bigger part of it than just these little micro things. So I think people kind of have a new love affair with Bluestone Manor. And I love Bluestone Manor and the audience loves Bluestone Manor. If I've learned a lot of things about being on pause, but anything is that Bluestone Manor was really like a major character.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
I mean, not only I wasn't on, but Bluestone Manor wasn't on. So people have this really beautiful love affair. And I think also, too, the girls that are on, Vicky, Tamra, Jill, Taylor, Eva, Phaedra, Brandy, these are strong players. These are old school strong players. These girls know what they're doing and they haven't been on for a minute and they're in Bluestone Manor for 8 days. 8 days.
A long time.
Post-pandemic. I've never personally, even with people that I'm close to, have anyone in my house for 8 days. Can you imagine?
No.
So it was a little bit like, it was great in theory, but then when it came to fruition, they were all there, and some were happier to be there than others. And you gotta remember, I didn't really know these girls that well. I knew Jill very well, and Tamra, and Brandy, who's like a little sister to me. We fight, we love, we fight again. But the other girls were like, what? Because it's the Berkshires, it's New England, it's not Orange County. And it was a big responsibility for me to sort of keep them busy. And I was saying just before in the last interview, I really took away some really nice friendships that I just didn't know one way or the other.
Who surprised you the most?
Oh, what surprised me is how close I feel to Phaedra and Eva.
Nice.
We have a lot of common ground. We both are sort of laughers and sort of interesting characters, strong women, and we're both all very spiritual. So we kind of had this bond. They were the two when I got really overwhelmed as the hostess and thought it was all going terribly. I would knock on their door. Can I come in and talk to you for a second? And they really let, you'll be fine, So it is, what's nice about these things and what's nice about being on the Housewives, what people don't see, it really is a unique experience that, a lot of people don't have. It's almost like being in college.
Yeah.
Like you form a special bond that no one ever understands, even when you fight terribly, even when there's something that it's our secret that we have. We're a family in a weird way, and everybody came out of it. We're all communicating all the time, but there were some really hairy moments because I don't know if any of us, including me as the host, expected the intensity of being up there for 8 days.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But you're going to love it. We're not going to let you down. That's for sure. It's very old school in a weird way.
I love that. That's what I miss. And I mean, it's like you said, it's such a strong group of women. And I'm sure, like you said, 8 days of strong personalities. I'm sure a lot of people are going to butt heads every now and then.
Yeah. And you know what, these girls, they've been in it. So this is not, I think there's nothing better. For me, a great housewife that is one that's not aware of the camera.
Yeah.
Not worried about glam, just as out there. Well, you come into, it was like old school. Like they'd come in the morning and be like, can we come in your bedroom while you're laying in bed? I'm like, why not? You know what I mean? All right, you're here. So I think that's going to be sort of comforting to the audience. I'm also really excited about my radio show on Sirius Radio Andy. I always get fumbled when I say that. It's kind of a call-in show, which I love.
I love that.
It's very old school Delilah, like from NPR, and it's got a great response. And I'm really comfortable on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would imagine that you would be. Like, you're so easy to talk to that I'm sure so many people feel that way. No, it's true. I feel like that they probably feel like they're calling in and talking to a friend.
And listen, it's amazing. My mother said to me at the time when I was so upset when I was put on pause, my mother said to me, oh, you're going to look back then and thank them for giving you this time away. And so many great things have happened, like the Nutrisystem. I mean, Nutrisystem's become like my family. Like we all talk excited for each other. Like I have another great achievement in that, and learn, and just being able to have the opportunity to represent such a great brand and meet people that maybe have questions about their health and wellness, because I love that. I mean, I'm not always perfect, as everyone knows. They've seen me with my martinis and stuff, but I try to present a healthy, balanced lifestyle, and to partner with Nutrisystem as an ambassador, and the great people involved in this company. It's really been so nice, because another way to reach people, or another way to say you can do it. Just get started. I'll help you. And I've done a lot of Instagram lives where I've gotten so much great feedback about that partnership. Then I did the radio show, then I did the bourbon, then I wrote my book. I really grew so much during this past 2 years that I'm thankful for it.
No, definitely. Do you feel like now you are in the space where maybe you'd want to come back? I know Luann said recently that she would want you to return. I mean, and then you posted, I think, a video or a photo the other day of you in like a dress in front of the green screen. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, is she filming a Housewives intro? So, I mean. Well, what's
so funny is when Andy announced my radio show, he's like, we've got an announcement, and everybody thought it was that. And he said, so everybody's waiting. I would love to come back. It wasn't my decision to leave, so it's not my decision to come back. But you know what? I love Bravo. I mean, I'm good at what I do.
Yes, you are.
I'm a good housewife. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the best housewife, but I know what I'm doing. I kind of have all the bells and whistles of life to kind of keep people interested. I fit the mold. Mm-hmm. So if they ask back, of course I'd be very open to it. But we'll see. You just don't know. We live in a very different world now from pre-pandemic and stuff. So I just don't know what the direction they're going in or who they're going to ask back, but I'm open. Put in a good word for me, Christina.
Oh, please.
Put in a good word.
You know, I'm your biggest supporter. It didn't feel like a Housewives show without you there. It really didn't. It really didn't. But hopefully we have you back, Dorinda, because I miss you so much, and I'm so excited for all the things that you have going on.
I look forward to our next one. Hopefully it's about me returning to Bravo TV. How about that?
100%. I look forward to it. Thank you so much, Dorinda. Good seeing you.
Bye. Nice seeing you.